Hey, welcome to Joe Marcoux' SOS Sales Dojo. I am Joe, and I'm happy to see you. And I just recently did a sales training workshop, an Army of One sales training workshop with a group, and we talked about how to deal with time vampires. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to actually step out of the SOS Dojo because I want to make sure that you see some of the background and some of the props that I'm going to use. So I'm going to change my background real quick, and I'm going to continue to talk to you about how to deal with a time vampire. There we go. So here's the deal. Sometimes that you're busy on the sales floor, you're going to have people walking in, and you don't know who's going to necessarily be buying today right when they walk in. But one thing's for sure, you might have people in your business that are taking up a lot of your time. And for those of us that are in sales, most of us aren't closing in that 80-year-old or 90-year-old age range as salespeople. Most of those folks are now retired. But there's something that's interesting. I learned something from someone who's been in sales for longer than I've been alive, and he's actually very aggressive in his sales approach. Now, again, the rules don't apply when you hit around 70 years old or older. I find that, and I'll use my dad as an example. My dad can say things that you and we typically can't get away with. And so I'm going to give you an example of what this 70 plus, almost 80-year-old salesperson says. And again, I refined it to make it a little bit more politically correct for us. Here's an example. So you're going to be on the floor with somebody, and let's say they're taking up 30, 40, 50 an hour of your time, and all of a sudden it's like you've got other people that you don't have a chance to deal with. Well, this guy would say, listen, you're not buying a bike today. So when you're ready, come back and see us. But these people might be buying, so I'm going to help them out. And for some people, that might come off as very abrasive. This guy, he can get away with it. And I don't know if it's a question of age or the question of his celebrity in his marketplace. That doesn't matter. And I'm going to give you a choice. You could look at it from a different perspective. My personal approach to that would be, if I'm on the floor with someone and I'm noticing that, holy crap, I got a lot of people here that I haven't had a chance to go deal with. I might have acknowledged them, but they're waiting for me. And if after a half an hour, somebody's not going to pull the trigger, and I can pick up on that, and I think that if you're listening, you're intuitive enough to pick up on that, here's a way to frame it so that you can still get the opportunity to do business with them. And so here's the example. You know what, folks? My sense is you're not going to be buying a bike today, and that's totally okay. Here's the thing. There's some other folks that might be buying today, so I want to be able to give you the time and the resources that you're looking for. Why don't we ask each other, when's a good time for you to come back later in the week when it's a little quieter? I've got my calendar right here. What's good for you? Is Wednesday or Thursday good for you because it's quieter for us then? What's a good time? Is 1 o'clock okay? And what I'm doing is I'm going to get a micro commitment from someone to be able to come back in when it's slower. Because if it's Saturday, the place is jammed, and I've got to be able to help as many people as I can so I can close as many sales as I can, because that's our job. Now, here's what's interesting. I can have somebody, when I say, my sense is you're not buying today, and that's okay. Again, that's okay. I want to go and help these other folks as well. Why don't we set up an appointment? And sometimes people go, oh, no, I'm buying today. And you can just cut to the chase and go, perfect. Which one do you want? Right? That can happen. The other option is you set the appointment. If they're really not serious, then they're just wasting your time. And you know what? You have to be able to set boundaries, which leads me to another example of the time vampire. During the week or even on weekends, you can have your regular customers, who of course we absolutely want to love, because we want to be able to get referrals. We want repeat business. And these are people that have given you money. In some cases, thousands of dollars of their hard-earned money. And they're friends, which is great. But friends need to understand that we have to-do lists. So again, you could be busy in the store. Again, if you're a bike shop, you've got repairs to do, you've got service to do, you've got people coming in unannounced, you've got phone calls, you've got trainings with Joe Marcoux for Army of One sales training and SOS, you've got your SOS dojo to go to, and you've got this list, you've got stuff to do in your urgent quadrant, your important quadrant, your non-urgent quadrant. You got stuff that are going to help move the needle to your business. So if somebody walks in, and we've all had these people, they come in and they say, no, I don't have time to test ride, but they hang out and they ask you questions for 40, 45 minutes to an hour. On the other side, you might have, somebody who's a regular, and I love regular clients, and they come in with a coffee and they might even bring you one, which is fantastic. But you can set the boundary right away, and you can say, you know what, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I just want you to know that I've got a whole list of stuff that I have to get done today, absolutely have to get done today. So, I mean, I can hang with you for 10 to 15 minutes, or if you don't mind, I'll be listening, but I have to be attentive while I'm wrenching on bikes or whatever it is that you have to do. Set the boundary right away so that you have a boundary with a time vampire. And again, some people are time vampires and they're so well-meaning and they're great people. However, we have work to do. And so if you don't set the boundary, you're going to get run right over. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you soon, hopefully in the SOS Dojo or on another training call. Okay, take care.